Hi there, welcome to 110 RC Scale Tales. We're back in the garage. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to everybody who's watching the video. Season's greetings to everybody else around the world. And happy holidays. Hope you're having fun. Thought I'd do a comparison video of tiny trucks. 2023 has been a bumpy year for new releases, with 105 new releases of scale crawler type vehicles. And again, what seems to be dominating the market is the release of tiny trucks, little trucks, small scale trucks. And as you can see behind me, I've bought 5 of them over the year. You've seen the videos. I've done some trail videos, unboxings and build videos, etc, etc. The most recent one to the collection was this one, the WPL C74. Is it a tiny truck, or is it just a truck that's just tiny? I would say it's the latter. This one's 1/10 scale. It's a small vehicle in real life. The Suzuki Jimny is not going to be part of the comparison, so I'm going to put this to one side. What we are going to look at are these 5 at the back here. I've got the FMS Land Rover Series 2. I've got the FMS SCX24 Chevy Blazer, the Traxxas TRX4 M Ford Bronco, and last but not least, a little FTX LC90 Toyota Land Cruiser. I did say 5 models we're going to compare. Last one, well, all I've got left of it is the body shell, and that's the Axio AX24. It didn't stay long in the fleet, and we'll see what happened in the video. What I'm going to do is going to compare the 5 trucks, and I'm going to score them on scale looks, on value for money, and performance. We'll see which one comes out top in 110 RC Scale Tales and my recommendation for a tiny truck. So let's waste no more time. Let's check out the trucks. Cheers. So to get things started, we're going to look at the first truck that I bought. First tiny truck that I bought at the start of 2023, which is the FTX LC90 Toyota Land Cruiser. Budget end of the market, about £85. Lexan shell mounted on a twin ladder chassis, plastic drive shafts, plastic suspension arms, etc, etc. Reasonable tyres, LED lights front and rear. As I say, bought this at the start of the year, and we did a box opening and we took it out on a couple of trails, and it performed really well. Here's a few clips from the various videos. So there it is, the FTX LC90. Well, we're going to score it now. I have to say, scale looks, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It does look like a Toyota Land Cruiser. Looks pretty good. So 6 out of 10 for scale looks. Performance wise, I think, do you know what? For what it is and what it does and what it did out on the trails, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It did really well. And value for money, you know what, for £80 you can't go wrong. So I think we're going to give this one 8 out of 10. So there you go, that's the Toyota LC90 from FTX. Next to join the fleet was the Traxxas TRX4 M 1/18 scale Ford Bronco. Comes in various colours. I went for the two-tone white and black. Looks very good. Hard body, no interior. Again, on a twin ladder frame. A bit more comprehensive than the FTX that we've just looked at. I've also added a little brass weight at the front, but we're not going to include that in the comparison. Very nice truck. Nice tyres, LEDs at the front, no LEDs at the rear. And again, we took this out and did a couple of videos. Let's have a look. So there is the Traxxas TRX4 M. Let's score it. I think for scale looks, we're going to give it 8 out of 10. I think it does look good, a nice proportion. It does look like a Traxxas TRX4 Bronco. Could do with an interior. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Performance, it's by far the best performing little truck out of the whole out of all the 5 vehicles. So I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. And value for money, I'm going to only give it 6 out of 10 because I think it's quite expensive compared to comparable trucks. And I think it could do with being just a little bit cheaper. So I'm going to give it a score of 6 out of 10. So that's the TRX4 M. Next to join the fleet was the FMS FCX24. And this really surprised everybody. Wasn't expected, was announced and then released very, very quickly. Very nice truck indeed. I opted for this sort of horrible brown and mustard two-tone truck. It's a hard body, LEDs at the front, scale, bumpers, additional chrome on the front, lenses at the back. The canopy can come off, and it came with various bits and pieces, roof rack, light bar, etc. Very, very nice truck. Looks good and it performs really well. Have a look at the videos. So, the FCX24. Have to say, again, another one of my favourite trucks. Looks good, performs well, and it's pretty good value for money. So let's score it. FCX24. So scale looks, nice proportions, great detail, hard body, looks very, very cool. So I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Looks very, very good. Performance, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 because the heavier body did make it topple over sometimes, but it did perform overall pretty well. Value for money, it's great value for money. £130. You get a lot of truck for the money, so I'm going to give that one 9 out of 10. So that's the FMS FCX24. So there we are, the Axio AX24. All I've got left is the shell. Bought this as part of a build challenge with RC Adventures. What can I say? Probably not the greatest RC. Spent an awful lot of money on it to get little gain. What you got out of the box? Well, let's have a look at the videos and you'll see what we got. So there is the Axio AX24 in its box, and I have to say the box looks pretty impressive with quite comprehensive detail about the truck and what's inside the truck. The truck itself looks pretty good in a striking orange and silver livery, and as you can see on the box there's also an alternative colour scheme which is a sort of black carbon fibre effect with green highlights. With also matching wheels. Let's take it out of the box and have a closer look. The Axio AX24. Now out of the box it looks pretty good. As I said, the livery is pretty striking with the orange and silver. And this of course is a nod to the Axio AX10, which was released in 2007. A very, very capable rock crawler that kicked off the rock crawling hobby as we know it today. Now the truck, you'll notice, has a servo at the front. You just see there, and one at the rear. This is because it has 4-wheel steering. To access the truck, all you do is you locate at the front there's some Velcro. You lift up to find the combined ESC and receiver. Turn on the controller at the top here. Red light comes on, and the on-off switch is just here. Slide it across, and that's you on, ready to go. You'll notice that the truck also has 4 rock lights that point downwards through the rock sliders. The truck obviously goes forward and reverse. To change the steering setting, you have a thumb button just on the right hand side of the controller, and you press up or down to change the settings. AX24. Scoring this is going to be relatively easy for me because it's probably the worst truck I've ever owned, RC truck. So scale looks, I'm going to give it quite a low score of 4 because it doesn't look particularly scaled, because it doesn't actually look like anything real, albeit it is like a smaller version of the original Axio AX10 that started the whole crawling hobby. Performance, I'm going to give it a low score as well because its performance is absolutely dreadful. The other trucks that you've seen so far can outperform this little truck by a mile, so I'm going to give it a very low score of 4 again. And value for money, again, it's quite expensive for what it is. Yes, it's got the 4-wheel steering. Yes, it has the looks of a performance crawler. It is from Axio, a known brand, but really what you're getting is not that great a truck, and I certainly wouldn't recommend one of these. So again, I'm going to score it low, and I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 for value for money, because I think for what you get for the money, you could get a lot better from other manufacturers. So that's the Axio AX24. Last but not least is another one from FMS. It's a Series 2 Land Rover, 1/12 scale. This came out in the just latter part of summer. Lots and lots of scale detail. 3 colours available: the traditional blue, light green, and there was a brown version. Came with 2 canopies, one to make it a pickup and one to make it a station wagon. Opening tailgate, opening doors with interior, cloth interior, dashboard detail, opening bonnet, etc, etc. LEDs at the front and the rear. Nice little chassis, leaf springs, metal drive shafts. Very, very nice model indeed. The only thing that lets it down is the wheels. The wheels are just white versions of the wheels that they put on the Willys Jeep, a previous release. Let's have a look at the videos and we'll come back and score it. FMS Land Rover Series 2, let's score it. Scale looks, I have to say, it's probably the most scale vehicle out of the 5, so it scores the highest with 9 out of 10. Performance, not that great. You're not going to go rock crawling with this, and you're not going to go over anything too difficult on a trail. So light trails only, or indoor use, but as a scale vehicle it does look good. So performance does let it down, so I'm going to give this 4 out of 10. Value for money, again, you're getting a lot of truck for the money, but still on the expensive side for what it is. It's near on £200. So I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. So there you go, that's all the vehicles. We've had a look at them, we've scored them, so let's see how they did. Third place was the FTX LC90. As I said, this was my first small truck in the collection, and it scored 20 points. I think for the money, you're getting a really good entry level tiny truck. Great performance and a reasonable body shell. It looks good, it performs well, and it's value for money. And that's the Toyota LC90 from FTX. In second place, which surprised me really, is the Traxxas TRX4 M. This is the one to get if you want performance out of the box. This scored the highest with 9 points. It will go anywhere, and it also looks good and it performs exceptionally well. What let it down was its cost. It is a little bit expensive for what it is, and that's what let it down. So at 23 points, that's the Traxxas TRX4 M. And of course, first place, my recommendation out of the 5 trucks that I've shown you from 110rc Scale Tails is the FCX24 Chevy Blazer. It looks good, it performs well, and it's exceptional value for money. £130, you can't go wrong. Choice of colours, I think you get orange and white, you also get a black version, and if this is you looking and thinking about getting a small truck, this is the one I'd go for. Certainly you're going to get performance, it looks good, it's going to go places, you can go rock crawling, light to medium trails, mud, etc, etc. You'll have lots of fun with this truck, and it's certainly one of my favourites in the fleet. Well, there you go, just a bit of fun, a little bit of a comparison video with 5 trucks in my collection, albeit well 4 remain in the fleet, the other one has long gone. And who would have thought the FCX24 was going to come out top? Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Have fun putting that together. Enjoy the rest of Christmas Day, enjoy your celebrations around the world, and we'll see you on the next 110rc Scale Tail video. Remember, please give me a thumbs up, please comment, good or bad, I will reply, and please subscribe, it really does help the channel. See you on the next video. Keep on trailing, keep on crawling, all the best now. Merry Christmas.